In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways to increase your net profit without spending more money on ads. This is for e-com founders who are trying to scale their business with as much capital efficiency as possible without relying on VC funding, being completely bootstrapped, without relying on outside agencies for growth or outside vendors. And ultimately, this is pretty much the segue to do this if you're pretty much strapped for cash and you want to scale and survive for the next coming year. Let's dive into specifics. The reason why direct to consumer as a whole is a very difficult industry when getting started. This has a variable of the physical elements to it, where if you were to go into the software industry, or if you're selling info product or a course in the fitness space, whatever, these type of businesses are online. So there is no viable expense for manufacturing, shipping, for drop shippers or e-com founders. At 7 figures a year, majority of the brands are at 10% net margin just after expenses, after paid ads, after refund disputes. There is also a methodology in which you can reach 7 figures a year and you could at least take home 30% net margin. So the first step to raise your net profit without spending more money on ads is simply by raising your average order value on the first purchase. When you have a higher average order value, you can acquire a brand new customer at $30 and you'll still be at profit. When you have this bundle, this allows you to acquire a customer at even $90 and still see somewhat of a net profit. So scaling with a higher AOV bundle on the front end with your current paid ad strategy, that alone will literally just double your net profit from previous year's growth. But when you come up with the concept of a higher AOV bundle, this individual or this brand new customer is trying 3+ products from your brand instead of just trying to force one single SKU and trying to scale with one single product, which is very difficult. When you have a bundle collection, the customer is more than likely to get success. The customer is invested to see results because they get a dopamine rush of multiple products instead of just one single SKU. And then as a byproduct, on the email side, you can then downsell them or cross-sell them on other SKUs if you have that inventory. Now, this kind of goes into the second phase. As I mentioned, email retention. The reason why I'm so against retargeting ads on the front end with paid ads is because when you acquire a brand new customer, they enter your ecosystem and you have their email. So it doesn't make sense logically to run paid ads and try to retarget that same exact customer that just bought from your business and spend more money to get that same exact purchase, when if you could have had compelling copy, a compelling back-end email strategy, you could have got that same exact customer to buy back from the business again with just email retention strategies, with optimized SMS flows, with downsell, cross-sells, upsells, with compelling copy, with compelling design, right? These variables can allow you to now increase the amount of net profit over and over again, right? Because then if you focus on increasing your LTV and you know that when you acquire a brand new customer, roughly they're coming back to your business within the next quarter to buy back from you, and you're able to expand the LTV, that's another way to increase your net profit without spending more money on ads. It's optimizing, it's pushing higher AOV bundles, optimizing your email retention strategy, and then as a byproduct as well, pushing downsell, cross-sells, upsells on the back end. You're able to squeeze profits on your LTV because you're now getting that same exact customer to buy back from your business multiple parts of the year. And this is where I love brands that have a collection heavy design to them or type SKUs, because every quarter you can push a new collection depending on seasonality, and then you can get those same exact customers that you've acquired from the previous quarter. Just hit them up on their email list or hit them up via text with compelling software and AI tech to personalize that experience. That's another way to raise your LTV. These other 2 scenarios are going to be more on the internal side, because I've pretty much covered realistically everything you can do on the front end with paid ads, and everything you can do with offers, and everything you can do with back-end email retention strategies. Now this kind of next phase segues into internal operations. Now when it comes to internal operations, you don't need a team of 20 people to run a multi-7-figure a year e-com brand. I mean, realistically, you can cross 1 million a year in revenue for your business in direct to consumer just by yourself. Granted, this is more difficult and it requires guts, it requires some balls, but I've seen it happen time and time and again. Like it's been proven the method works, especially with these drop shipper archetypes. guys that were doing this back in like 2016, 2018. What I do want to say is competing in this field in today's economy actually requires skill, because I would say what transitioned or what changed from 2016 to 2018 to even 2023, there was a lack of expertise, a lack of knowledge, a lack of education, a lack of community, and then less competition. Starting a brand from scratch right now is way more difficult because the market is way more sophisticated. These customers are sophisticated. The buying experience has been way more sophisticated. If we can make better creatives and then we get that unique visitor onto the landing page, we get them for cheaper. So we're basically getting more qualified traffic for cheaper by making better creatives, and as a byproduct, with an optimized conversion rate experience with the landing page front, we're getting profitable customer acquisition costs. So that's kind of the next phase, is making better creatives, which is having consistent variants, consistent concepts. Are you constantly testing new angles, new DCTs? Are you testing new UGCs, static images, GIFs, these kind of elements? And then as a byproduct, this kind of ties into the last element, which is, or how often are you split testing landing pages? Because I can tell you, if you're just sending traffic, especially from paid ads, directly to your collection page or your generic website, your conversion rate is probably at 1.5% or even 1.8%. These minor changes, right? Coming up with compelling AOV bundles, compelling offers, congruent creatives, compelling landing pages optimized for the iOS device. When all of these steps, when all these funnels have slight variations to improve the customer journey over and over again, you're making these iterations. This is what leads to having a lower customer acquisition cost, higher AOV bundles, so then you have first order profit, and then as a byproduct, your retention strategies are dialed in, so then those same exact customers you've just acquired at a profit are buying back from your business 4, 5, 6 times within a 12-month cycle. So these are the lenses you have to think from when it comes to utilizing your paid media strategy, your creative strategy, your email retention strategy. Everything is connected, and if one piece of the puzzle is missing, well, then this is going to throw off the entirety of your business. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if there's any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. And ultimately, if you want to learn more about the protocol or the process or how we operate, check out the link below where I've shared my 30-page protocol, which breaks down all these steps way more in depth. And ultimately, if you're a direct-to-consumer e-com founder and you're looking to build in-house and you want to actually exit your company one day, well then feel free to check out my resources down below. And if you're interested or you want direct consulting help from myself or my team directly, well then feel free to book in a call and speak directly with one of my team members, and we'll walk you through our process if it's a good fit. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.